talking swinger lifestyle. There we go. On lunch breaks, just living the dream. Who knows what else we'll fucking go live on? Dude, maybe I can get my computer to go live. Oh no, I already tried my computer to go live on Facebook. Later, Ginger. I need my music, so I'm gonna have to do this all at the same time. All at the same time. It will be just a cluster fuck of knowledge. Ask a question, you ask a question, you ask a question, you ask a question. They will all be answered. Dude, all going live, exactly. The, it is kind of funny though, because I know that going live on YouTube, the problem is I don't have enough devices, but going live on actually Facebook is probably one of our best areas now to go live. Oh, we have look at that. We have a person on YouTube. I have to figure out how to see the comments. There they are. Live chat, learn more. There we are. What's up, fun-loving couple? There, now I can see the chats on YouTube. I can see TikTok. We have TikTok and YouTube. 10% of individuals are on the YouTube live as the TikTok live. It shows you that something is definitely up with algorithms here. I have to figure out how else to connect up music and get myself even more amped up. What's up, Ari? How are you? Dude, it will just be like surrounded by like cameras on live streams, just asking questions. We'll have to have like a teleprompter that pops them up. Be like, this is the one and the only swinger lifestyle education. Pop up your questions, ask your questions. We will answer those questions. You're good, awesome. Well, I appreciate you joining on YouTube. You got an iPod, dude? I have more tablets. I just have to start updating everything because honestly, we got a little complacent with just used to doing a lot of TikTok live streams. And that's where we did a lot of our live streams at. So you kind of get complacent with it. And it's literally, I don't know, one day my wife and I did that joint live and we had a huge turnout, and then we went live later on that night and all of our accounts seemed to be shadow banned. So it was a little bit frustrating. It was like, damn it, this kind of sucks. Because this is how we do share a lot of our education. This is, again, I mean, what we kind of do for social media. So, what's your favorite type of event to go to for lifestyle clubs? We really love, okay, so Peach, we don't have a super ton of experience when it goes to like the cruises. We have signed up and we're doing some stuff with Bliss Cruises now. They had reached out to us, so we're going to end up doing some stuff with them. Our favorite is, yep, YouTube is in the link tree. If you go to theimpulsiveduo.com, it has our YouTube channel too, Ellen. We probably are, I mean, my favorite, I will say this, is clubs. Mainly because you're not in your area. Traveling for clubs is my favorite because local, one of our things is, what do you do if you're local and somebody, you know, wants to play with you and you turn them down, but you play with another couple and it's your local community? You know, we don't like that. That kind of freaks us out a little bit, where we're like, you know, we want it to be friendly and open and, you know, community, but it's one of those that it's something that rents space in our head. Going to lifestyle clubs is a lot of fun just because I love the dance floors. I love how friendly people are, the environment that is there, especially when you don't know anybody. There's no pressure to play. And you probably will never see these people again in your life. I mean, that is essentially kind of cool. And something that we do enjoy. So I would have to say right now our favorite are events at lifestyle clubs. But I know that can change down the road. I've ran into people that really do enjoy hotel takeovers. I know people that really enjoy house parties and all that. Everybody, it's kind of finding your own groove of what you're into and what you're not into, and then kind of running with it, I guess you could say. What's yours? You've been in the lifestyle for a little while. What is your favorite? I'm always curious to find out what other people's favorites are. Because it does kind of spark your thought process and your interest. Because you're like, dude, we have to try this. Our club we attend is basically a giant house party that has events every few weeks. Okay. Um, where do you live at, Peach? Invite only. Okay. And that's the case when you go to a lot of like Salt Lake, Utah's by us. So Salt Lake City has a large community, but their clubs are invite only. You have to kind of get into that community. Central Massachusetts. Okay, I just found a new list. Let me just see on my list what my list shows for Massachusetts. Yeah, Club Sens, is that that's the only club I see for Massachusetts. Is there a different club? House parties? Nice. See, you go to New Hampshire? Okay. Club Moist, is that the club is that one in New Hampshire or Massachusetts though? I've been trying to compile a list of all the different lifestyle events and clubs out there. And it's been a pain in the ass. New Hampshire, okay, let me see if I have Club Moist on New Hampshire. Oh, New Hampshire, I do not have Club Moist. All right, so look at this. Thank you. Now that is the invite only, right? I show Close Encounters also. Okay, it is. Okay, I'm going to put that down then. It's invite only. There we go. Now we are growing and continuing this list. So I have Close Encounters. Is that in New Hampshire too? Gotta know someone who knows someone, yeah. And hey, I'm all for that because I am a huge believer in like vetting people out because you just don't want to like run into random people. Good afternoon, Robert. How are you? I am jumping accounts right now just to see how this all goes. I'm live on YouTube here. We know you. We know you, Peach. Okay, so I have Close Encounters for New Hampshire also. Massachusetts, I do show Club Sins, Group Escapades in Sterling. So I do have clubs for New Hampshire, or for Massachusetts. I just have to I have so much I need to really update on this list. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna try and jump one more live stream going. Let's see if I can mix reviews on that one. Okay. See, that's why I'm always curious of like what has mixed reviews, what people have found are like good clubs and bad clubs. Because I mean, every club has its own vibe. And don't get me wrong, I mean, we've been to some clubs where we're kind of like, huh. Not our scene, but I get it. I get the popularity to it. I get the draw. But again, it's one of those like, is it our scene or not our scene? All right, I'm going live on Facebook too. This is where you just do multiple lives all at the same time. Thank God for multiple ring lights or holders or whatever. I get my contacts later on this week. All right. I am going to lose my music though, but that is all right. How many lives can we go? Going live as the Impulsive duo on oh, there we are. Look at that. I have to say, I just need a bunch of iPhones, I think, now. And I'm just going to go live on everything nonstop all the fucking time. But ask any questions that you want. I do enjoy doing live streams. I do enjoy answering questions. I mean, that's one of my big passions is answering questions. Um, Hence, we own an app around it all. If you do see me answer questions, I literally am live on Facebook, YouTube, and on TikTok, um, just to see how this goes. Just go live on fucking everything right now. Why not? Were we in the lifestyle before my wifey? No, we weren't in the lifestyle before we met each other. Neither of us were. We both came from actually really monogamous um, marriages. When we started dating Hannah, I knew that she was bi-curious. I knew that it was something that she wanted to try. And so we had discussed it. She had played with women before in college. I mean, I think everybody has really experimented a decent amount when it's come to college, all that stuff. So we were like, I was like, we decided we really wanted to be with each other, and we were like, you know what, let's do this together. Let's experiment and explore this together. So we did. The cool thing about that, I mean, we baby stepped it into the lifestyle. We had a really good first couple experiences in this lifestyle. We took it slow to begin with. And I mean, now it's to the point that we own Unicorn Landing. We own an app. We do all this stuff for the lifestyle and in the lifestyle. We do a ton when it comes to education on it. We have Facebook for Newbies, which is one of our groups. And that's become really our big passion. Then all of a sudden I was educating people, and it just kind of expanded from there. I can tell you this, I always used to look at the lifestyle when I wasn't in this lifestyle as a way that people wanted to cheat, that nobody was in this lifestyle because they really enjoyed this lifestyle per se. I had this misconception, and I was under that stigma that people only get into this lifestyle to cheat on their partners, or they're not satisfied, all that normal stigma. And I think that's what kind of drove the passion to, like, hey, let's educate people really on what this lifestyle's about, because you do become under that whole impression that this lifestyle is stuff that it really isn't. I mean, I've met more people who are madly in love in this lifestyle than I could have ever imagined. I've met stronger relationships. I've met more people who are madly in love in this lifestyle than I could have ever imagined. I've met stronger relationships. I have to close out my TikTok live. There we are. Um, so yeah, I mean, I would say that definitely a lot of the stigmas and stuff that I heard of this lifestyle um, was stuff that I believed in, and that's why I think just sharing and educating on this lifestyle is so important, especially for people who are new in this lifestyle. And that's why we created just everything that we have, to just sharing in our podcast and just sharing from all of our real experiences. But I will say this, it's definitely fun. It's an enjoyable lifestyle for sure. Do you guys have a favorite experience you've had together in the lifestyle? We have a few. We have a few favorite experiences. I mean, that's the hard thing. You either have really good experience that like kind of gets tied into your favorite experience. Um, that's actually really common. We have found, same with your bad experience. I can't really say, sup, Joey? I can't really say, hey, this one experience is the experience on a pedestal. Now, we've had our best, I would say, couple experience with another couple. Unfortunately, that's kind of set the bar of couple experiences for us. And so that one's hard because it's like it happened so naturally. Everybody vibed. We all got along. The communication amongst all four was amazing. So that unfortunately kind of set the bar when it comes to couples. Um, but when it comes to like unicorns and stuff like that, like they've all been unique and they've all been fun. We've never had a bad unicorn experience. So that part has been a lot of fun. It's harder. It's easier to get three people that vibe than it is to get four people that vibe, especially two males that vibe. Women can vibe so much easier together than what men can vibe, in that And so I do believe that's why I think Unicorn Landing has the success that it has, is because women can co-mingle and exist with other women so much easier than guys. It's always a dominant thing. It's always, and I struggle with it, of being more dominant, less dominant, whatever it might be. You do kind of, I think, struggle with that as a guys. So to find four guys, or like two guys and two girls that everyone gets along, is more of a challenge. So yeah, we have our like favorite couple experience for sure, but unicorn experience, they've all been fun. Like, and they're all friends of ours still. We still talk to them all. Nobody's an object in our life. Everybody's a friend. I think a lot of times people forget that people are people, humans are humans. Just be a friend. Yeah, fuck yeah, girl power all the way. I'm a huge believer in that, man. Girl power all the way. How about he has high standards for men, for me, because he knows they are work women. Yeah, exactly. Beach. I 1,000% agree, because I am the same way. When it comes to men with us, like, I mean, we did some male, female, male content, and we did that for the spicy. But when it came to that, it was, dude, it's hard. It's hard for a guy to find another guy in this lifestyle that you're comfortable sharing your spouse with, because we know how guys are. I mean, all guys, we're all a little bit creeps. We're all a little possessive. We are different. Our brains are different than what women are. Women are just like girl power to the end. It's hugs all the way around, super respectful and stuff, where guys aren't necessarily that way, unfortunately. And I think that's where it does become a little bit of a struggle at of that's why I think that finding men in the lifestyle is actually more difficult than finding like a unicorn per se. Like trying to find a true bull in this lifestyle is very hard. Nah, some girls can be. See, Peach, we haven't ran into any pushy girls, um, which I think is good. Because if we ran into pushy girls, like my wife would be like, "Hold your fucking horses," and because I know how my wife is. Um, so I would say that would definitely be interesting. We haven't ran into that though. Have it to us on New Year's Eve. Awkward, dude. That would be so awkward. That y'all haven't ran into any pushy girls, really? I don't, dude. We have really weird experiences. That's why when people ask us of our experiences, we're super open about them. But we have not ran into any pushy, aggressive women. Um, I don't know why that necessarily is. It's maybe because my wife won't chat with them or what has it. Hi, Chastity. How are you, sweetie? I'm live on TikTok, YouTube, and on Facebook Live. So feel free to answer any questions. I do jump around all the different lives. Yeah, yeah, no. I think it definitely made for a good podcast, if we ran into a pushy girl, because it would be for sure the first pushy woman that we ran into. I'd be curious to see how my wife would handle that situation, because my wife does have a very dominant side of her. She's very submissive with me. She's a pillow princess with me in a sense, which is cute. I adore that. It's her one area in life where you can kind of just let go. But when it comes to women, my wife is very dominant, and so I'd be very curious to see how that would go. Definitely be a good podcast. That would be fascinating in a podcast for sure. But I can see how that'd be awkward. I don't know, man. If we met a pushy woman, I'd be like looking at my wife like, what the fuck is this? Like, what did we do? Like now. Her and I are both a lot alike though, where I do know that we would both be like, yeah, this is how it's going down. This is how it's not happening. Um, Pro Pillow Princess Life Can Rock. You can be the focus on. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. Pillow Princess time is the best time. You just sit and let them have fun, and you just enjoy yourself. No expectations. We had a good weekend. We didn't do a club yet. Our next club event is April 15th at Club Pravada. You volunteer as trivia? Well, come on, Hannah. We got to get your ass up here then. Um, we, now you threw me off. But no, it's April 15th. We'll be at Club Pravada for their Unicorn Spring Fling. The app has been growing tremendously. We're doing some work now with Bliss Cruises. We started doing work with King Health's home STD testing. So we started to branch out a lot of what else we were doing with these different platforms, besides just the education side of it. So we do want to hit up a lot more clubs, though, for sure. We enjoy clubs. We have our clubs that we always kind of direct people to because we've been to them. Again, clubs are kind of hit and miss, whether you like that vibe or not. Our favorite club, one of them is Club Pravada. We also love Club Sapphire in Washington, Club Whispers in Vegas. I mean, we push and promote the hell. I mean, there are lifestyle clubs, Hannah. We actually just started signing up with Bliss Cruises. We're going to be doing some stuff with them. Um, we have not ever done a lifestyle cruise. We will now. We're very curious to find out how it goes. Had a long talk with one of the primary owners of them, and so we'll be putting together something with Bliss Cruises, and anybody who's in any of our groups, like the Swinging for Newbies groups and stuff like that, will get some discounts even if you do want to do some of the cruises out there. But I've heard, people have told me great experiences of them. Cruise I want to go. No, Steph, same here. Um, yeah, no, cruises seem like they could be a lot of fun. So one of our no bullshit Desire resorts are the best vacations. You love those, Terry? We haven't been to Desires. The next resort we actually want to go to is Club. What is it? The Scarlet Ranch in Denver, Colorado area. Just because we've heard a lot of positive things about that. We have a couple content people that we've talked to there. Really, really want to do that. On the cruises, so my wife's biggest fear of the cruises is what do we do if we shoot somebody down and we're like not interested in playing with them, and then we keep running into them the whole cruise. Um, my wife, both her and I have this like fear and phobia of that, of like, what do you do and how do you keep avoiding this person and being like, hey, we don't really want to play with you, and here you are again. But we've also been told how much fun they are, so we definitely got to do it. Again, we do so much with the lifestyle. It's like, okay, I want to be able to give people actual, honest information, and well, that's something a lot of people ask. So we got to definitely try them out. If you guys haven't voted for the ASN Awards, make sure you get your votes in for the ASN Awards. Unicorn Landing is up for best app. Just make friends with them and help them find them. I like that, Peach. That's what I was kind of thinking. Just making friends with them and find them other couples to go play with. Here, let us introduce you to our other friends. We are so fucking awkward when we go. Especially even when we do our events, because we're tall, we're big people. And we just don't get approached a lot. So it is actually kind of comical and funny. We don't have a type that we prefer. We prefer vibe. Too awkward, not tall. Dude, we are so awkward. We are probably the most awkward people there are. Helps us tell you're short. Okay, I'm 6'4", and my wife is 5'11", so we're tall. Type we prefer, Hannah, is we enjoy people that are just cool and easygoing and that you can just be friends with, if that makes sense. That's our type. We like people that can come over for a barbecue and hang out for a barbecue, just have fun, hanging out, and then you know what? If something spicy happens, and that's fun too. Um, we don't like when anything is forced. Don't have a height preference, no. We both know how tall we are, so we're like, okay, inevitably anyone we play with is probably going to be shorter than us. Um, and that's fine. I mean, let's face it, I don't. And when it comes to body type, it literally is personality. We played with all different body types. That's what I don't think what a lot of people realize is this is a very body positive lifestyle. So it comes down to so much of just the vibe that you have with somebody, how you get along with somebody, how cool somebody is just to hang out with, is something that's really, really big to us. Um, Just like anybody though, you always are paranoid. Am I skinny enough? Am I attractive enough? How are my muscles? How do I look? Like there are a lot of those different fears that people go around with just in your head that are mental roadblocks that you have to get off. Dude, short people they're not short people, they're fun sized. You got to remember that, Chastity. They are fun sized, not short, fun sized. Yeah, it's all chemistry. And I think anybody you really talk to in this lifestyle will tell you a lot of it is that chemistry. It is that vibe that you have with somebody because you can't force the vibe. You're either attracted to somebody and you look at somebody and you're like, I'll do you. I would do you. Um, that's easy. But finding somebody where you're like, okay, you're just cool. Like even if nothing happens, like you're cool to be around. You make me laugh. I make you laugh. Like you vibe with us well. That's the biggest challenge is to find that vibe more than it is to is this somebody that I could see myself eating tacos with. And that's where I don't think you want to, I'm a huge thing when it comes to just don't put a lot of your pressure on yourself to play with others. And let those natural vibes happen and you'll find people that you'll have a lot more fun with. Hard finding like my dude. It is hard. It is really hard. You find a lot of people in this lifestyle. I mean, some of our red flags in this lifestyle. Like if we see people that are in this lifestyle and they are obsessed with this lifestyle, and that's like what holds their like that's as a couple what they do, and that's all they do. It's very hard we find to vibe with them. Yeah, if they can't hold a conversation, it's over for you. Yep, same here. Tacos, wink, wink, dude. We love to eat the tacos. And guys, there's a correct way to eat tacos, and no, that special spot isn't behind the knee. Yes, you have to pay attention to how bodies move. There is a little bit of an art form, just like it is when girls do things with guys. But no, finding the open-minded people that are down for the same thing is probably one of the most difficult for sure. And it's to kind of be expected. There are people out there though, yep, exactly that, they come in with different intentions, and that's why we're real big on, what is your intention? What is your intention when it comes to actually doing, playing? Why do you want to be in this lifestyle? My wife is really good at sourcing people out. How did we get started in the lifestyle? So how we got started in the lifestyle is my wife is bisexual. We started out dating. We were friends. We were friends with benefits. We were best friends. I always knew that she was bi-curious. She knew she was bi-curious. We've always had those discussions. But we wanted to be together. And so we were like, we slowly, gradually, just like I think with a lot of people, is hey, let's find a single girl who wants to play with other girls and couples. And so you think it'd be really easy to find a unicorn, and obviously they're called a unicorn for a reason. And it just kind of went from there. We had some really good experiences, and it just kind of grew and evolved to the point that we own Unicorn Landing, which is a lifestyle app, swingers app for only women in the lifestyle to connect in a safe environment. Started doing podcasts, and it just all kind of grew, and it just kind of went from there. We don't play at parties because our intention. Yep, exactly, Peach. So we do not. We have never played with a couple per se the first time we ever met somebody, because we are really big on that vibe. Yeah, thank you, Peach. I mean, I'm really proud of her for the app. We're almost at 12,000 users on it, all of them verified women. Why unicorn? Because they're actually extremely difficult to find. That's why they're called the unicorn, Chastity. It's a unicorn because it is a bisexual female who play with couples in the lifestyle, and they are, believe it or not, difficult to find. I'm demi, so interacting and getting a vibe. Yeah, okay, so demisexual people in this lifestyle are extremely connection based. And that's where it's a huge turnoff when it comes to those aggressive couples, those aggressive people that you do meet in the lifestyle. I definitely understand that. We're not demisexual by any means, but we are very connection based. So we want to be able to connect with a couple, to know that, boundaries, everything, of course, all have to line up. But we want to know that we're all kind of in it for the same reasons, that we all are in it for the friendship. I mean, that's our biggest thing is we love the friendship part. If the friendship base is there, then we're definitely open to playing. But just to hook up, we will always share about that. Like we're not in it for a body count. That's not what got us into this lifestyle. Um, so we won't just hook up with anybody. So yeah, no, connection is everything. Connection is everything. We try to avoid the body counters, and they are easy to spot at parties. They are true. That is very true, Peach. You can definitely find the who is there just because this they. It's almost like the relationship needs that, if you know what I mean, Peach. They're almost kind of desperate. They're a little bit aggressive. The conversation all revolves around getting into the bedroom. And that is a huge turnoff for us. That's one of the biggest red flags we look at. The only number that matters is the number of friends you make. I agree, Alan. I definitely agree. We do have standards. We do have standards. Yeah, huge turnoff. Huge turnoff is aggressive people. I mean, if you could come in, like, I don't think people realize it's like if you want a lot of success in this lifestyle and you want a lot of fun experiences, is literally going into it with just this fun, open-minded, hey, let's try this out, like let's meet friends, and then as that kind of progresses, if it leads to something, then it's a blast. Then it's a lot of fun, and you've already had the STD talk, you've had the boundaries talk, you've had all these talks and conversations that are extremely important without it being awkward at all. And that's one of the coolest things about it is like those conversations don't have to be awkward. Those conversations can be very friendly and very open and inviting. But it all is based off of how is the friendship vibe amongst everybody. And don't be afraid to be picky in this lifestyle. I mean, that's the thing is I don't think a lot of people realize is you do not have to hook up with anybody in this lifestyle. There is no demand or requirement that you do. If you want to play with somebody, that is up to you, and it's okay to be selective. It's okay to be picky, and it's okay to say no. Don't be afraid to say no in this lifestyle. I think people are so afraid sometimes, especially when you're new in this lifestyle, of like, what happens if I offend somebody? Like, I don't want to offend anybody. Like, that doesn't matter, man. It just comes down to you and your spouse. Do we go on dates? We'll meet up with people before we play with them. I guess you could consider it a date. But like if it's a unicorn or if it's a couple, we want to meet up for drinks or dinner and just have a chance to sit down and talk and be like, hey, what are you all about? Like this is what we're kind of into. See what we have in common. To kind of make sure that we're all in it for the same reason. So we do go on those. We call them kind of like meet. We'll meet somebody or we'll go on a date, I guess you could say, with them. But we also only play together. So it's always we're a package deal. Her and I come together. Do you often run into people who are trying to save their relationships and marriages? We do worry about people. We do run into people who worry about, they're doing this to essentially save their marriage, and you can tell who is. I know, Peach. We need to take our own advice on that. I know. It's easy to give advice, and to take your own advice is sometimes the hardest thing to do. I think also a lot of it, though, ultimately, our biggest challenges that we ran into with doing a lifestyle cruise initially was is like we wanted to do like a Greek cruise. We wanted to do other kind of cruises rather than just a lifestyle focused cruise, if that makes sense. Just like when we travel a lot, we would never travel just to go to a lifestyle event unless it was for Unicorn Landing. If we were going for a Unicorn Landing lifestyle event, we will make a special trip for that. But if we're on vacation and stuff like that, a good example was we were in Florida and we wanted to go to Secrets, but we never ended up going to Secrets because even though we were right by it, because my family was there, we wanted to go to Disney. We wanted to do stuff with my family more than going to a lifestyle club. So for us, if timing and everything works out, like, yeah, we'll definitely go to like a club if it's not one of our events, but it has to kind of work into our schedules. Secrets is in Florida. It's up in the Orlando, Kissimmee area. Um, and no, we've never been to Secrets. That is on our list, though, of clubs that we want to go to. Our lifestyle been dominated by men. No, so lifestyle events are not dominated by men at all, actually. Lifestyle events, yeah, definitely chastity. We put family first. Family and our relationship are way before this lifestyle. Like seriously, this lifestyle it will go on the back burner to family and to our relationship, hands down, no questions asked. No, lifestyle events are actually not dominated by men. In fact, men are very rarely let into lifestyle events. The lifestyle events that we do, like with Club Pravada, they'll let 10 men in, and that's it for the entire night. There's mostly couples and women. That's who really dominates the lifestyle events out there. Men have such a stigma to them that you will not run into many single men, especially creepy men, in this lifestyle. You can go alone, Hannah. The thing is, if you go alone, you will be approached by a lot of couples and know what you're kind of getting into. Unicorns, let's face it, you are the most sought after, Hannah. So people will flock to you. You'll get a lot of new friends out of it. But also hold true to your boundaries. I mean, that's the thing. If you're a woman in this lifestyle and you're single, make people deserve and earn your friendship, and earn your time and earn the ability or the opportunity to even possibly be with you. What's up, Nick? How are you? That's the thing. We've ran into a lot of girls who are unicorns who have ran into just bad experiences where they're treated like an object, they're treated like a toy. They're not treated as a human being. And let's face it, majority of the single unicorns out there are parents. There are child schedules, children's schedules. You have a household that you're taking care of. You have your job, your career. You have so much stuff that's what a lot of people lose track of. This lifestyle, being in this lifestyle, is fun and it's just additional fun. It's kind of a hobby almost, where that's what makes it hard though. Is you have to get schedules to align. You have to get everything to align where you're actually able to meet up with. And a lot of times couples will get upset, thinking that they should be a priority. And no one's a priority over family. You're just sitting in the line waiting to pick them up. That's awesome. So yeah, so definitely understand that. I mean, going to a lifestyle club as a single woman, definitely is inviting. Again, you'll have a great experience. You'll meet a lot of people, but again, also, be very heavy and strong with your boundaries. You do not have to play with anybody. You can play with everybody. It's all up to what you want. Do people conflate the community with being poly a lot or no? No, not a whole lot. There's a big difference between poly and swinging, just when it comes to relationship wise. Um, there are some similarities though. When somebody asks what we do, what we like to do, we say our hobby is other people's spouses. Oh my god, that is funny. That's fucking epic. It might be too much. Sounds like it would be easier to go find a couple and go with. It is easier to go to a lifestyle club as a unicorn with a couple or with people you know. That way, because like, what happens if you're not talking to anybody and you're at the club all by yourself holding your drink? I mean I understand that. I'm the type of guy, like I can tell you this: if I was single and in this lifestyle, I couldn't just go to a club. Mine is mine is guys' wives. My wife does guys' wives. That's your hobby, babe. We like to eat to the source of the problems. That is pretty good. I do like that. Eat my biscuits and gravy. Oh my god, that's a fucking epic username. Eat my biscuits and gravy. That's epic. I appreciate that username. You wish. If you guys haven't signed up for the Unicorn Landing, make sure that you do. Tell all your friends about the Unicorn Landing. Tell everyone. Yeah, I do. That's a great fucking username. And Aaron, no, it's a woman's app. I need a unicorn in my life. How many users on Unicorn Landing, Peach? We are up to 11,842 users on Unicorn Landing. Is where it's at right now. It'll hit over 12,000 by the end of the week. It is growing good enough at that route. I've also made a lot of Unicorn Landing content to promote it because of how our live streams are not as to the extent that they were once on TikTok. So we'll see it completely starting to. We always see the growth there. It just depends on how extreme the spurts of growth are. Storm and I are trying to get her ex-husband, new girl, to join. That's awesome, Ellen. That's epic. But no, we're super. I'm super pleased, and I know that Candice is super pleased with the growth of it, just because it is natural growth. And it's all been by word of mouth with a real strong foundation. There are a lot of premium members, so a lot of people will respond and stuff to your messages, which is awesome. I appreciate that, Alan. I got to help a brother out. Exactly. Just because they're exes doesn't mean anything. I love it. If a couple only plays with unicorns and not other couples, are they still called swingers? They are. I mean, swingers. It's such a broad definition, a broad term when it comes to swingers. It's very ethically non-monogamous. The big thing with swingers is it's not a relationship-based connection as much as it is like a friendship-based connection. And there are couples. There's literally we've met couples and talked to couples in this lifestyle that literally are she's straight, the guy is bi, and they only play with another guy. And that guy has to be a bisexual male. That is part of it too. Even if you're into just voyeurism and exhibitionists and being watched, all that great stuff. I mean, that is all in the ethically non-monogamous um, um, bubble in a sense or umbrella. Okay, good visit. Gotta go later, Chastity. Thanks for joining. Have you ever run into a single guy going with a single girl posing as a couple to go to get in a club? We have not yet, Peach, but I know that it has to happen. It has to happen. We had not ran into that because as a couple, you could sniff it out real fast. You know what I mean? And I know people do it. Like it's inevitable that people do that. But the thing is, I think you'd definitely be able to sniff it out. They definitely can do it and get away with it, but again, like if you watch a couple go into a club and they both went their separate ways, like that's like a hey, what the fuck? Yeah, yeah, exactly. And my wife just said it. Some clubs advertise it because it is the only way, especially even for single men, to get in. Um, I was talking to Shimmers, lifestyle educators too, and they were going into how a lot of the clubs have cracked down on just letting single men in general. That single men are not allowed in a lot of the clubs now, or you have to be brought into the club by a couple. Um, and it's made it very difficult for men in this lifestyle. Unfortunately, though, I feel as men, we've done that to ourselves. A true single guy in this lifestyle can have a lot of success, but it's also understanding the mentality of the lifestyle, that this is a lifestyle based around friendship, connection, not just a hookup culture, which I think a lot of guys automatically jump into this lifestyle thinking that this is like the golden goose and everybody is just doing everybody and it's so easy to hook up with everyone. What do you think the solution from your perspective as a man? Um, there isn't a solution. There'll never be a solution for men because you'll never get men to truly understand and grasp the concept of connection. Um, Men's brains work so much differently than what women's brains work, and that is very very true. It's scientifically proven of how our thought processes are different. Hence the book "Women Are from Men Are from Mars, Women Are from Venus." I mean, there's so much literature out there on the different psychology between the two that men I wish I could really sit down with guys and be like, hey, if you want success in this lifestyle, you can be a single guy, but you like go to meet and greets. Don't send those pics right away. Go after talking to the husbands. Let them know that you're there for friendship. That if spiciness happens, great. That you're not there to replace a relationship. Men almost can't grasp that concept that there's a healthy relationship out there, and I'm just going to be kind of joining it as a fun friend, and that's it. Um, Even for guys, I mean, the big thing is if you do have success with a couple and you do get to go play with a couple, um, don't ask again to play with them. That couple will ask you to come play with them again if they had a good experience with you. And if that's something that they're looking for at that time. I could tell you just from experience, I mean, we had played with a single guy, and it was all great, but then even for me as a guy standpoint, when we'd been hit up a few times of like, hey, when are we going to do this again? It was so hot. And I'm like, we'll come to you if we want to do this again. Yeah, men need to do better in a lot of ways. Uh, I do have what on the Professor Pineapple. I do have content actually on how guys can have success in this lifestyle. Um, I mean, I can do so many videos on that, but the problem is guys have to listen and be coachable and understanding and be willing to slow it down and not run in with just willies blazing and run in going, okay, I'm going to be everybody's best friend, and then I'm going to let it kind of grow and evolve from there. That's one of the big challenges. That's probably the hardest one to overcome. How common is, guys? A lot. Very common, Jamie. Very common. You just ran into that problem. You will run into that problem a decent amount. Here's my suggestion for that. If you run in, this is super common in the lifestyle. Super, super common. This is why my wife created Unicorn Landing. Women are less likely to lie, cheat, have affairs, all of that. That's why it's so important to get women talking to the women because they will be honest and open with each other. Men will lie a lot in this lifestyle, unfortunately. The biggest ways to get away from that, though, Jamie, if you're not on Unicorn Landing and you're not connecting with the women and you are on some of the different other apps out there, get into a group chat immediately or as quickly as you can and be very stern and firm on where is your spouse at. She needs to get into this conversation. Also, the spouse needs to participate in that group conversation because it's not just having two phones or whatever and some make-believe person join. It's amazing the extent that guys will go to have a extramarital affair. Very, very, very difficult. Be a single man lifestyle coach. Charge, dude. I do actually have a Patreon that eventually I'll go into the thing of let me teach you how to be a single guy in this lifestyle. Trust me, it's something I love actually kind of helping people with. Because I enjoy the education side of it. It's getting guys to actually sit down, though, slow down, and realize what this lifestyle's about. Not just blazing into this lifestyle thinking it's this strong, big hookup culture. But no, it's amazing. I mean, guys, like true single men in this lifestyle, believe it or not, have a ton of success because there aren't actually a lot of them that truly understand this lifestyle. And when couples do find guys that understand the lifestyle, they have a lot of success. Shimmer, tell your wife happy birthday for us. I saw that. Happy birthday to Mrs. Shimmers. You guys are awesome. Tell your wifey happy birthday. What are you guys doing for her birthday? But no, that is also why, yeah, like my wife said, that's why she created Unicorn Landing. Yeah, absolutely. 21 years old today, that's huge. She's sleeping. I don't blame her. I want to go take a nap. Naps are not overrated as an adult, believe me. Um, but no, it is unfortunately super common for guys to lie about that. And that's why if you're a single male and you want to have success in this lifestyle, knowing what all the stigmas are is one of the key things of being aware of what not to do. And when you can call out the stigmas, people realize that you've slowed down to learn about the lifestyle. Now you're going to have some success as a single male. To be able to go, hey, I'm here for the friendship. If we end up having some fun, like awesome. I'm not here to replace anybody or anything. I'm just here for fun and I'm here for friends. that starts leading you down that path to success. And that's what a lot of times guys don't realize. What about stigmas for unicorns? They're impossible to find, if you want to know. That's the stigma, Hannah, for unicorns. They're called unicorns for a reason because they're extremely difficult to find. But there aren't a lot of negative stigmas. The only thing is as a unicorn, you also want to be very aware and upfront of letting people know, like, hey, I'm not here to steal your man, because the same thing happens vice versa with women and men. You don't want to get a woman into a position where she feels threatened by another woman. Whenever we communicate with unicorns, it's in a group chat. I'm horrible about shit like that, of always trying to get people into group chats. That's why my wife does a majority of all the conversating. My conversations all fail. I don't need to be conversating with people. It's something I have to remind myself daily. Um, and that's more of just, we as guys are just not the smartest. Um, is it though? Is it what though, babe? See, we are a lot. I know we are a lot alike, Shimmer. I am aware, like, I'm aware of this. If you want to know, I will call myself out because that's the only way that I've been able to grow and learn as a human being. I'm fucking horrible at it. As a guy, I will talk to people, and it might not even be inappropriate, but it's like, I know better. I'm not going to have any success. You need to get in a group chat with all of us. So just let my wife have the fucking conversations and not me. And yeah, you do kind of like, you're like, oh, well, I want a little bit of the attention and stuff, or I want somebody to talk to, whatever it might be. You can still do that in a group chat. And guys, we don't think that way always. And so yeah, you got to be aware of it. You got to learn from it. I mean, that's the only blessing truly of being a human being, is that you can learn and grow from your mistakes. And I'm not always aware of it either, Hannah. My wife makes me aware of it, and I appreciate her for that. Um, because I'll say this, the success that we've had in this lifestyle hasn't come from me connecting with people. It hasn't. We've had, only in the very beginning did we have any success in this lifestyle that came from me. And that's it. As we become experienced in this lifestyle, I'm not going to get us any success in this lifestyle. My wife will have us get success in this lifestyle and meet people and have fun in this lifestyle, not me. Yeah, my wife is like, is it though? And no, again, I'm working again on making sure that, my wife is that one that does the communications and I don't. And it's a struggle for me. Do you ever feel left out when you guys are with a unicorn? No. My wife is actually really good about that. My wife wraps me into it. And again, that's where it's like, you have to realize it. With guys, it is hard to put that ego aside. I think that one of the biggest things that guys can do, one of the most attractive things that even guys can do, is put that ego aside, and it's because it's so fucking difficult to do. It's so hard to do. Um, and it's a growing experience. I wish I could say that I have all the answers to it, because I don't, and I wish I could say that I was even perfect, and I'm not. So yeah, it's a struggle, and vice versa. Oh no, my wife will all like. Oh no, even the first time that we played with a unicorn, it was all about my wife. Like, my wife literally has to tell me to play with the unicorn in a sense, because I'll get focused on just playing with my wife. She's like all I really need. Like, I'm just like, and it's almost more of a turn on to me and more enjoyable to me for her to tell me what she likes or what she wants to experience than anything else. But no, again, and it is something that, again, like I even said, like, I'm working. I'm not perfect when it comes to. I mean, I've had conversations with people, and even recently with people that weren't malicious conversations or dirty conversations or anything of that sort. But yeah, I had zero success getting somebody into a group chat, and now it's just easier just to kind of, babe, make sure that you're the one that does it. And yep, kind of need those refreshers daily. That's why it's kind of good to keep saying it out loud, because that's how guys remember stuff. I'm frozen. I'm still going strong on Facebook and on YouTube. Stupid TikTok. It says I have a good connection. I'm not frozen on your end. Okay, you're good on TikTok for you. Okay, Nikki. Thank you. Now I'm unfrozen. Here, we got a little thing for that. Wait, where is that at? Hold on. I have the perfect software when I freeze on TikTok now. Anytime I'm frozen on TikTok, I'm just gonna play this. Snow glows bright in the mountains tonight. Okay, I'm the problem. It's me. Eric, why? Exactly. Why, Eric? Why? Ray, I figure you would appreciate that. Now you're screwed. Now you are screwed. Every time you hear the Frozen song, you're going to think of a live stream of some dude up there in a pineapple shirt talking about swinging, eating tacos to the Frozen song. I believe, yeah, okay, yeah, Freeze by T-Pain's a lot better, I guess, than Frozen is. Oh, God, that's funny. Oh, that's funny as hell. Oh, we have some new signups for the Unicorn Landing. There we are. All right, the unicorns are let in. Ice, ice, baby. Exactly. I love it. All right, well, it's 3 o'clock. I'm going to get some work done. I'm just going to deal with my shadow ban on TikTok. I really don't care. Um, they played that song. Oh, God, that's horrible. I'm waiting for some people. Damn it, Peach, we don't even have a fucking roster. The fuck? I want to. My wife would love to have a fucking roster. I already know that. My wife would be like, oh my God, this is the shit, dude, to have a fucking roster. Then we could have all the unicorns. Oh my God, I could frolic with all the unicorns. That would be epic. We need a roster of like 5, 6 unicorns, and I can like frolic through the unicorns. Oh my God, that would be the best. I would actually make a TikTok on that. We would get all the girls the unicorn mask, and I would just like frolic through the unicorns. Unicorn fields forever. Oh fuck. Yeah, we don't have a roster. We're not cool enough to have a roster. Oh, dude, I would. Oh, I have those confetti cannons and shit, glitter, balloons, streamers. Oh, it would be a miraculous party. Be puking and farting rainbows. Oh, dude, would we ever open our own club? No, no, we don't ever want to be tied down anywhere. Especially being in Boise, people would ask us, "Would you ever do a club?" And we'd be like, "No." We love to travel too much, and now to be really tied to an area is something that we're not really interested in. We love to promote other clubs. We love the promotion side of it, the education side of it. We love the business side of it, of like owning an app and everything. But to really actually then go and push and promote a club is very kind of next level for us, and not something that we want to really go after. It would be awesome. It'd be cool, but nah. Unicorn Landing is nationwide. It's U.S. and Canada. Eventually, we will do Europe. UK is a big one that we want to hit. Australia, New Zealand. But yeah, design a mobile club, dude. That would be kind of rad. I could definitely see that happening. Mobile club, Club Unicorn. Go on. We do want to go on tour. That was one. That is okay. So one of my goals is with Unicorn Landing is getting it to the point that we do our club events and literally do every state. And then the states that don't have a club do a do like a meet and greet somewhere and just promote the fuck out of it. and do a big meet and greet. I think that would be epic to do. That is one of my big life goals. Just to do it, just to meet people. It's not hooking up with people, and that's I don't think what a lot of people get. Dude, a unicorn metaverse. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hotel takeover. Like, yeah, just have these events in every state out there. I think would be awesome to do. Um, and that is some of our goals. I mean, we have a lot we really want to do once Unicorn Landing gets more and more. I mean, my big goal, when I feel comfortable with Unicorn Landing and we'll back off of pushing it as much and then probably look at some other endeavors, is when we get Unicorn Landing 50, 60,000 users and it becomes this way bigger app. Then definitely look at other things. But we're a few years away from that. I know of just getting it to where we want it to be. Um, but yeah, no, thank you. What I mean, it's been blood, sweat, and tears a lot to create an app. A lot of people I don't think realize what goes into creating an app, the ups and downs that you have. And again, our app isn't perfect. Our reviews aren't perfect on it. We do have some pissed off guys that get mad if we boot them off the app because they're not allowed on it. That don't mind leaving us a 1-star review. So if you do leave us a review, I do appreciate it. And we know that the app isn't perfect. There's a lot we want to do with it. But yeah, it's a lot of work that really goes into creating an app, and I don't think a lot of people really realize that. Um, and it's been a lot of money. Not gonna lie, it's been a lot of money. It's been a lot of stress. But all in all, I want to say that it's worth it. I love watching my wife's face on just when it hits those little bits of success. Yeah, I'm a huge Vengeful Seven fan. You, but surely I miss you. There we are. I've been a Vengeful Seven fan for a very long time. Make sure you guys get your votes in for the ASN Awards. You like me more now? Actually, the biggest fan of all is I'm a huge Corn fan. If you were to collaborate with somebody or a company, who would it be? So, when it comes to collaboration with other creators, that is actually something that's very touchy to me. And here's why: I had an account that was almost 2 million followers, and I was way more open to doing collaborations and working with others. It wouldn't be I'm very, very cautious of who we would ever collaborate with when it came to anything. But now, when it comes to companies, if it's a company that we believe in, I don't mind. Like Bliss Cruises, I don't mind doing stuff with. King Health is somebody that we've done some work with. They do the home STD testing kits. Um, like that type of stuff I don't mind doing. Collaborators though, it all comes down to what the people are about. Our biggest thing that we're not for is having this shown as just spicy hookup, making content, filming. This isn't the AVN awards that we're trying to get into. It's the ASN awards. So you cannot, like, for us to really do collaborations with you, it has to be more education based of what you're about in this lifestyle than it is, let's film spiciness. You like Corn, the person who owned our house graffitied our. Oh my God, that's funny. Um, no, I've met Fieldy a few times. I've met Monkey a lot, and Jonathan Davis. I got really lucky. I happened to have friends that didn't even know I was a Corn fan, and I moved to California, and they were friends with them. Yeah, no, it's hard when it comes down to collaborating with others that everybody has to see eye to eye on the same things. And it has to be for the benefit of the community, not the benefit of wanting followers or anything of that sort. We're very big on organic growth, of true growth, but also on the education, breaking the stigma of what this lifestyle really is. And I don't, the last thing I want to do is add to the stigma of this lifestyle, um, and do stuff where I feel it adds to aspect of this lifestyle that it's not. You already, as soon as you tell people you're swingers, you're combated with a lot of stigma. I'd rather people be like, oh, dude, that's a couple that's fucking sure with themselves, that's in an open-minded lifestyle, instead of, oh, they're just hooking up with everybody and anybody and all of that. Um, that's why I draw more to the education side, than anything else. Like, don't get me wrong, Spicy sells. Let's face it. I mean, the Hub is one of the most visited websites there is out there. If you're out from a sales standpoint, but that's not what we're about. Our core values are a little different. So that's just how I kind of feel on that subject. Yeah, no, we want to be authentic. I don't want to be sitting on a couch with a bunch of people going, hey, who am I going to do next? Because that's not what the lifestyle is. Absolutely, Hannah. Thanks for joining us on this live stream. I'm going to be ending these here shortly because I got a bunch of stuff to start posting, and a lot of content to get up on all aspects. I actually did a gig today on my other account for what is it, for mental health and all that, that I had to put that content together for this local company. Hey, my friend is on 3Fun page secure. Yeah, 3Fun secure. I mean, you got to remember, a lot of people are afraid to get on swinger apps because, like, what happens if somebody recognizes me? The biggest thing to remember, if you're on a swinger app and somebody recognizes you, they're in the lifestyle too. But a lot of the apps out there are very safe, and they are secure. A lot of people don't fuck with the swinger community a whole lot, which is nice. The best app out of them all, though, I have to say, is Unicorn Landing. That is my personal favorite. Yeah, thank you. I definitely will. I'm gonna do a bunch of Unicorn Landing stuff. Just get all that done. We're on field. Been great so far. Awesome, D. And that's the thing is, like, apps are. I actually have a list. Watch this. Somebody tell me where you're from. Somebody tell me where you're from. I have one of the coolest things ever that people don't realize. This was hard to get my hands on too. This was hard. Oregon? Okay, watch this. So you want to have the best success on an app? You're in Oregon? I actually have to go to my Patreon because that's where it's posted at. Where is it at? Here you go. All right. All right, you ready? Oregon. Let's go. This is interesting information. I think you guys will be a little shocked on this, that I actually have this information for you. All right, for Oregon, your number one used app. Number one used app. It's Cassidy. Your alternative second runner-up app is actually most used is SLS. And that's for Oregon. Massachusetts, Peach. Let's see what Massachusetts has. Massachusetts, I think, is actually broken down more than just by the state. Let's find it, though. Massachusetts so Massachusetts is actually broken down. So Boston, SLS is number one, SDC is number two. Springfield, Massachusetts, SLS is number one. Adult Friend Finder is number two. Worcester, Massachusetts, SLS is number one. Adult Friend Finder is number two. My goal is to get Unicorn Landing on all these motherfuckers. That had to be the number one app. That's my overall go. I'll do a couple more. So Florida. So it's broken down just by how this company did this. Miami, Florida, SDC is number one, and SLS is number two. It's different for everywhere out there, which is really, really Worcester. Is it Worcester? Missouri, let's see. What is Missouri? Missouri has a lot. Columbia is C4P and then SLS. Kansas City is C4P and Cassidy. Springfield is C for P and Adult Friend Finder. St. Louis is C for P, Cassidy. Those are your most used apps in those areas. Chicago is Cassidy and then SLS. Yeah. And that's the thing is like a lot of apps are regional apps. That's why like our biggest goal with Unicorn Landing is get Unicorn Landing nationwide, because it's one of those that we don't want Unicorn Landing to be like all the other apps that it's only big in certain areas. We want it to be a safe environment for women all over the country. And that's one of our biggest goals with it. Yeah, no, it's kind of cool that I found that. Information. This is actually current as of 2023. But no, I do have a Patreon that I post all sorts of really interesting educational stuff on. So I do that for the Professor Pineapple Patreon. I have a wealth of information there. And I post on there a lot, actually. But I'm going to jump off this lives. I appreciate you guys for watching.